Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Streaming a little later in the day today. Like if you've been at any of my other streams, I've been trying to aim for like a 2 p.m. stream each day. But today was no 2 p.m. stream because today my wife had to get her toe that she fractured looked at again, and they took another x-ray picture of it. It's healing well. They don't think they're going to need to do surgery, so it's good news, man. It's good news. But anywho, it's 6 p.m. where I am at. I'm going to stream for about an hour and maybe accomplish something in the hour, so we'll see. We shall see. Let's see. I should make a post in my Discord. I know there's got to be a way to automate this to where when I go live, it just posts to my Discord to begin with. Let's see. All right. I think we're going to try to do something productive this hour. Let's see, we're gonna go here. Okay, so we need to, let's see, get branch. Hey, C1E, what's up, man? How are you? Get checkout main. Get pull. And I'm just gonna delete these branches. I'm just gonna get remote, GitHub, or no, get remote, what is it, prune, GitHub, no, get branch delete. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Alright, get checkout B, Stephen Freeborn, feature, avoid, let's see, only process users once. You're back from the doctor? I am. Steve1E, great. Configuring Tmux right now. Tmux, is that like a, what is that? That's a terminal? What is Tmux? Trevor Paulson. Hello, Trevor. Trevor, what language? The thing I'm going to be working on right now is going to be in C#. What language do you work in, Trevor? Oh, God, that didn't sound good. We did get back from the doctor. It didn't actually take this long. I got back home and then I worked for about an hour, and then I started watching the latest episode of the Joe Rogan podcast with Bert Kreischer, and so I was like kind of laughing my ass off for the last hour while I was eating some food. But then I was like, you know what? I really should stream, get that stream in. Trevor, cool. I work in Scratch and Python. I figured that's what you meant, Trevor. Trevor, when you say Scratch, are you meaning like the thing that MIT developed? Like MIT Scratch? You talking about this? Steve1E, yeah, it's super useful. A lot of people use it. Search it, and it might change your life. Yeah, but Tmux, I don't. Does Tmux have Windows support? I don't think Tmux has a Windows support, does it? Or maybe it does. But the big thing about it, right, is the windowing, right? That's the big. It like allows for very rich interactions. Yeah, see, I don't think it'll work for me since I'm primarily working with Windows, and I am not prepared to go through a process of changing workflows that drastically at the moment. But I have seen people use it. Why isn't there like a good documentation site for it? Hmm. Terminal multiplexer. You can switch easily between several programs in one terminal. That's pretty nice. Steve1E, I think you can use it with PowerShell. Oh, okay. I'll take a look. Yeah, Windows, pane, splitting, navigating, also has sessions. So even if you close terminal, it's still in background. You haven't lost anything. That's super nice. Okay, let's see. Tmux. Steve1E, you're completely derailing me. I'm just kidding. What's up, Mohammed? How are you? I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Um, my wife broke her toe about a month ago. We went to the doctor today. They said it's healing well. We don't have to have surgery, or she doesn't have to have surgery, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, man, day's going great. Mm. I don't want to use it from WSL though. But yeah, that sounds like fun, Steve. Focus, man, focus. Let's see. Creatives says hi. How are you, creatives? What am I working on? I'm getting ready to. There is an issue that I'd like to address on one of my applications that a gentleman logged an issue about. Basically, has to do with improving the performance of the app, and so I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work through these changes a little bit right now. Steve1E only for WSL. Yeah, it looked like maybe that's. I didn't read much further than that Google summary, but it looked like if you wanted to use it with PowerShell, you'd have to do it from the WSL side, the Linux side. But I mean, Windows Terminal lets you do like, you can split a Windows Terminal. I don't think it has the same. Obviously, doesn't have the same rich interactivity, but it's all right. I'm okay. I'm okay with PowerShell and Windows Terminal. Okay, here we go. This one should be. I wish I had some coffee. What kind of app? Do you mind taking a look at it? I'm asking because I'm new here. So the app, so this application is an app I built. It's not. It's a term. So it's a console app. So there's no GUI to it. It just runs in the. It just runs in the terminal. Like for like, you can set it up to basically be like a batch task, right? Um, but essentially, what it does is I have a little drawing I can show you because people have asked about it. I kind of work on it intermittently, creative. So don't worry if you're. It basically does this. Let's see, can I make that look good? There you go. So basically, you have some data over here in Azure. You want to bring that data into this other piece of software called OnSpring. In order to do that, you would normally have to write your own integration, right? You'd have to write your own ETL job, essentially. And so what my app does is it allows you to specify some configuration. My app will read that configuration, and then it will move your data from Azure to OnSpring. So hopefully saving you some time, so you don't have to write your own bespoke integration. I mean, obviously, it's not going to fit everyone's needs, but that's about all it does. So it's not super complex, but there's a gentleman who wants to use it, and he has some ideas about what it should or shouldn't do. So I've been trying to make those changes where it makes sense based on his feedback. I was gonna say something and I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Riz, do you play Minecraft? I don't like unless prompted by my kids. What about you, Riz? Do you play Minecraft quite a bit? Okay. Excuse me. Alright, so the first thing I need to do here is basically I get to this point in my app where I'm syncing groups. And so for each group, I sync, excuse me. For each group, I sync that group's members. And so what's happening right now is if you have how do I do this? Is it B? I think it's controlled to B. No. K? Yeah. So what's happening right now is like if you have group 1 here and oh, dang it. So if you have group 1 and you have group 2, and if user 1 belongs to both of these groups, it basically processes the user twice. Which just my dumbass, I just didn't think about that. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't that I didn't think about it. It's when I originally wrote this app, the users and groups were synced independently of each other. So you could sync your groups, you could sync your users, but you didn't have to sync both. And then we made some changes to it, and so now the users that are synced are dependent on the groups you sync. So now this is happening, and so I should probably like address this. We don't need to process the same user twice in the same run. So I think I'm just going to use a good old hash set. Steve Winnie, now I can actually use split window when coding. Well, Steve Winnie, what editor do you use? Because you can split your window in NeoVim. Or at least I thought. I mean, I do a lot. Riz, it's sorry. What are you talking about, Riz? Sorry, my Discord keeps going off. We've been talking, a couple of me and my colleagues have been talking about buying Have you guys seen this NVIDIA, this like desktop NVIDIA computer called it's called DGX Spark? It's like a personal AI computer. It's like $4,000. Steely, seems like my other comment didn't show. Yeah, it may not have. Your last comment I see is I can actually use split window for coding. That's the last comment I see. Tiger Morph. Hey, what's up, Tiger Morph? Tiger Morph, when will you release your first mobile game? I probably won't, because I don't. Well, two things. I don't really do mobile development, and I don't really do game development. So, Pablo, sup? Hello, Pablo. How are you, man? Good to hear from you. Los Vakerm term. Oh, I saw your Discord. Yeah, I'm looking at Discord. So you want me to try out Lusevka term nerd font? Trust me, you'll see code so much better. Let's see if I have that. Because I think I have. Well, actually, I don't have that nerd font. I have a nerd font, but I don't have that nerd font. Let's take a peek at it. Because I'm kind of, I'm kind of particular. Let's see, fonts. What did you call it? Loose. Laka term. Where do you find it? Oh, here we go. I wonder why it doesn't show up on their website. Huh. Well, anywho, yeah, I'll give it a try, man. For sure. I'm going to pin it, though. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to pin it. Pin. Or can I, like, save it? I don't know how on Discord, how do you, like, save messages? You put L instead of I. I'm sorry. I did. I read that. I'm an idiot. And Pablo even said that. Pablo wrote, Iosfaka is great. Bill Reed, #1. Well, Bill Reed, we try to be #1. Steve one needs says I as in I am. I as in ice. I know. I'm a dummy. Let me okay. iOS. There we go. Okay. Oh no, this one right here. All right, I'll definitely. Well, let's just do it. Let's just do it since we're here. Who cares? Who cares how productive we are? Get the term variant? Yeah, I did. Let's see. What do we want to do? Extract. Extract all. Tiger Morph. I thought maybe this is on your to-do list. Oh, no, it's not. I mean, it's not right now. I mean, it's just there's so much for me to still learn and do already that like adding 2 whole new areas of development to my learning curve is not on the docket at the moment. You know, not that maybe someday it will be. It's just game and mobile development's kind of a whole nother thing. Like I think I would probably pursue mobile development before game development just based on my own interests. Like I just saw Web Dev Cody published a video that was kind of going through how to use React to write web apps. And he also showed a really cool service, that's supposed to make like publishing your mobile apps easier. It's called Expo. That looked pretty good. All right. We extracted. Now we need to install. Fonts. All right, the fonts are installing. Let's see, Pablo. By the way, my focus is front end and React, so feel free to ask me correct directions there. Oh, awesome! Yeah, I like React, although I kind of have come to enjoy Vue a little bit more recently. But yeah, Web Dev Cody was showing how you can use like React Native to build mobile apps, which was kind of nice. But really, that wasn't the hurdle for me with mobile apps. The hurdle for me with mobile development is the fact that there's this gatekeeper called app stores that you have to work through to get your shit published so people can actually use it. But he showed a really cool service called Expo. I think it's called expo.dev is the website. That kind of does a lot of that heavy lifting for you. Can't you just right click file install? If you can, I've never done it that way. I always just unzip it and then I drag it to my fonts in Windows settings. Maybe you can do that. I've just never done that. EAS, yep. Yeah, that looked pretty baller, Pablo. Expo Application Services. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I didn't know about that. Steve one he's laughing at me. Intel, how are you doing, bro? I'm doing well. Intel, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping into the chat, man. DB Vag Hella. Hello, how are you? Thanks for giving a wave. Appreciate you. Steve one he's never done it through the settings. I've used XP for way too long. Let's see, Tiger Morph. Struggling with PHP right now. I need it for a web app project. Nice. I've never written a line of PHP, so I can't help you much. But yeah, people say, like, I've heard people though say like PHP kind of gets a bad rap nowadays. Like modern PHP is actually pretty enjoyable to write, but I've never written any of it, so I can't speak directly to it. All right. I should have that font installed now. But I'm here, Tiger Morph. I am here for moral support as you struggle through your PHP project. All right, let's see. Settings, PowerShell. What is it? Appearance? Yeah, appearance. Why is it only showing those? Oh, show all fonts. What was it called? Oh, maybe I have to restart terminal. I wish I would have made some coffee. Actually, I kind of feel like I'm obligated to go make coffee because the thing is literally called Code and Coffee in Chat. Would you guys be mad if I stepped away for like 5 minutes to make coffee real quick? I have written PHP. I would avoid it as the plague. Well, now we know how Pablo feels, which doesn't make me want to go and write it. uh, I was yeah, go grab. Okay, I'll be right. Give me 5 secs, okay? Actually, it'll take longer than 5 seconds, but BRB making coffee. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll turn the music up. What did I miss? What did I miss? An honest man can't live without coffee. Yeah, that's a little sus if you can, right? Subam, hi, which time zone are you in? I am in the Central Standard Time Zone. I'm in Kansas in the United States. Pablo, it's the only one I feel strongly about. I still write it every so often. We were waiting for you. Oh, nice. I appreciate you guys for hanging out there for a second while I... what were we doing, though? We were getting ready to change my terminal font. That's what we were in the middle of doing. Let's see. We're changing it to the one we just installed. Which one? Nerd font, or do I want the mono-spaced one? Probably, I'm guessing. Oh, interesting. Okay, it's a little different. It looks like narrower. It looks like skinnier than what I'm used to. Just nerd font. Oh, okay. So just this one. Alright. I do kind of like the icon. The icon looks a little different. Okay, we need to go home now. Where were we? We were software, OnSpring, Azure, Syncer. Okay, I don't know how I'm feeling. Pablo, what do you use to make your terminal pretty? I use, Pablo, I use Oh My Posh, which is kind of like Oh My ZSH, but for PowerShell. Oh My Posh. I learned about it from Scott Hanselman. Stewie, I hope you like it. Stewie, I'm having feelings. I'm having emotions. Because I like the things that are familiar, and change is hard. But I'm gonna give this a go. Logan Greening. Yo, what's up, Logan? How are you, man? Thanks for stopping into the chat. It's good to have you here. Alright, let's go back to the syncer. I do feel like maybe it's a little clearer to write. A little clearer to write. I mean, a little clearer to read. It's definitely narrower. Like, it's this font, this typeface is definitely like skinnier than the one I was using. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking I'm just gonna have a hash set. This might be like the dumbest, most naive approach, but I'm thinking what I do here. Let's see. To do. Keep track of users that have been synced by previous groups, and skip them when syncing subsequent ones. All right, and so we should write a test first for this behavior. And this is actually going to be, the test for this actually is going to live in the processor. Yeah, it's going to live in the processor because the processor is where the syncing actually happens. So yeah, you can make font in Windows Terminal a little bigger now. I, for example, with this, use font size of 16 with line space of 1. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's a good idea. I can play around. I think right now it's like 12. Yeah, font size of 12 with a line height of 1.2. So I could probably tighten that up some. Logan, I'm on a different account because my parents got into a fight, so I'm on my other account. Oh, are you Logan? Are you the Logan that's Boston's friend? Is that who you are? Yeah, I didn't recognize your name. But good to have you here, man. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so I'm thinking, so just to go back to the problem here, the problem, right, is that users can be members of overlapping groups, and so if I process a user in one group, I don't want to process them in another. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate this method. And you might say, well, Steven, why would you ever duplicate code? Well, I'm not 100% certain I want to get rid of the capabilities that are in the existing method. I want this to be separate because there may be a version of this application that works a little bit differently. So I'm just going to preserve it for now. But it's going to be called, instead of sync user, it's going to be called sync group member. And we're going to do a little bit of renaming here. Okay. And then we're going to come up here. And instead of calling sync user, we're going to call sync group member. No, I'm Logan. Oh, okay, Logan. America. Arnav says, why PowerShell though? Why not PowerShell, Arnav? What else would you use on Windows? You really think Windows command line is better than PowerShell? What would be your terminal of choice on a Windows machine? Maddox, good evening. Hello, Maddox. I like your updated profile picture. It's pretty nifty. Logan, has Boston been on stream so far? No, Boston hasn't been around much, but I think that's because my stream schedule has been different. I've been streaming at like different times. So he's probably been in school. Okay, so we're going to need to have a concurrent bag because I'm doing this. I process the group members in parallel, as you can see. Oh, actually, no, I don't. I don't actually need a concurrent bag. What I need to do is I just need to Bond spring users null.
Oh, great. 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 This is all great. This is all great.
Oh yeah, if you guys hear my son's playing on the Meta Quest in the living room right behind me, so if you hear him yelling, that's what it is. Maddox, I finally figured out the whole dual account commenting issue. It made the new channel the default. Well, I'm glad you figured it out, Maddox. It's a little tricky there for a second, wasn't it? I'm glad you got it sorted, though. Okay, I think this is going to return a list of users now. Actually, that's overkill. We actually just need to return a list of strings. And we need to return... Let's see. Var... users... members... synced. And before we clear the list, we want to do members synced. Yep, get the IDs. Oh, because ID can be null. I hate nullable properties. Fucking hate them. Will this work? Can I say where m.id is not null? Oh, that still doesn't work. Select m.
Yeah, I'm so good. Oh.
Let's see, for each if group member.id is null. Continue. Yeah, this font's growing on me, Stewie. Hey Matt, how are you? What is he playing? Let's see. I can try to tell him you're live. Oh yeah, you can tell him if you want, but there's no. I mean, it's no big deal if he's not here. But you know, I mean, people have lives. You know. Matthew, hi. How are you doing, Matthew? I'm glad you're doing well. Steve, you all have PC and living room? Yes. So basically, what happened was we have a third bedroom, and it was my office for the last 4 or 5 years. However, and my kids had their game setups out here in the living room. However, they've gotten much bigger, and they have multiple consoles and stuff now. So I basically moved all of their setup into that third bedroom and kind of turned that into like a gaming room. And then I moved my setup out here to the living room. That's what you do, you know, as a parent. You sacrifice for your kiddos. But it really wasn't much of a sacrifice because honestly, during the day when I work, they're not here. So it's really not that big of a deal. Maddox, I kind of figured out Streamlabs to stream 2 different sites. I just need to learn how to make my own intro and outro and such. Yeah, Streamlabs makes it pretty easy to stream to 2 different sites, but you have to pay. Right? You have to have a premium subscription. And man, I think honestly, Maddox, like intro, outro, all that stuff, it's overrated, man. Right? Just start making content, right? Like, I can see intros and outros being really important when you have a if you have a significant group of people who actually show up to watch you stream. But in the beginning, if you're just going to be trying to get discovered, right? Most people aren't going to see your intro or your outro. So I don't know. I wouldn't waste too much effort on it. Maddox, yeah, paying. Yeah, Maddox, Maddox, honestly, if you figured out Streamlabs, you might try to figure out OBS and try to use Restream. Because Restream lets you have 2 channels for free. And you can use OBS, and you go from OBS to Restream, and then Restream handles distributing it to your channels. But that would save you some money, unless the money's not an issue for you. It was an issue for me, so that's how I know that Restream lets you do it for free to 2 channels. Steve1E, probably it's nicer to have your setup in living room anyways. I mean, the one thing that was nice about my setup in the office was it just was secluded. But yeah, being in the living room is not bad at all. OBS is more confusing right now. I'll probably migrate over once I figure it out. Yeah, I get that, Maddox. I mean, that's the value out of Streamlabs, is they make it all pretty easy. Although I will say the current version of OBS, like like if you were to install OBS today, it's way better than it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years. I mean, the last time I had used it before this what is it, this spring, this winter, I had always thought it was terrible UI. The GUI was awful. The UX was awful. But now the UX is much more similar to Streamlabs, in my opinion. But but seriously, no pressure though. Like, you know, you're on a path. Stay on your path, and yeah, you can always do OBS another time. No worries there. Okay. All right, this is gonna complain because now I've broken the contract. This should be now a list of string. You know, Steve1E, this font's growing on me, man. It's growing on me. Maddox, the path. That's right, man. I don't want to distract you. Like, you're on a mission, you got some goals, man. I don't want to distract you. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay, and then the syncer, right? So now the syncer is going to keep track. So now it's going to say var members synced. And we're going to keep a hash set up here. Var members synced. But this needs to be a new hash set. And the hash set's important in this case because the number of members could be quite large. You know, it could be thousands. And if we have to do if member synced contains member, if we have to do something like that, member ID, the hash set's going to give us the best performance. I think it's constant. Is it constant time of... I think it's constant time. Let's see. Let's see. Hash set. C# lookup. Let's ask Claude. Let's see. In C#, hash set lookup performance. I think it's constant. Yeah. So this will be my best option for doing lookups, because you wouldn't want to use a list, right? Because that wouldn't be very performant. Okay, so then after we get our members synced, we'll say members synced dot add range. Oh yeah, we need to change these variable names. Let's see. Group members sync.
Wait, these are.
Oh. Dot to asset. Oh, so I've got to do this one at a time? That's kind of annoying. Let's see. Union with modifies the current hashed object to contain all elements that are present in itself, the specified collection, or both. Yeah. So let's do union with. And then we just need to now we need to pass this hash set into this method call so that we can check against it. Hash set string. What do we want to call this? We want to call this like members. Members to skip. Because I mean that's what it's there for, really. The joke was like flying off the tracks. Just slap a hash map on it. Congrats on 700 subs, by the way. 701 to be exact. Oh wow, we reached the 700 mark. Nice. Let's go. Like I mean, you guys are probably sick of me saying this, but I literally am just waiting for the morning that I wake up and there's 0 subscribers. So yeah. I appreciate anybody who subs. I appreciate anybody who sits here and hangs out with me in the chat. It's very appreciative. I am very appreciative, not it's very appreciative. I am very appreciative. Okay, and then we just need to now skip the member. So if members, there we go. God, the fact that this is nullable is just really frustrating. Can I do that? If member dot if group member dot id and
Secret.
Skipped as your D group member
Talk.
because already synced.
Sorry, officers.
I don't think I need to report that. I think I can just skip over it. I think that's it. I think that's the gist of it. Steve E, as long as you keep streaming and I am alive, you'll have at least one sub. Well, I appreciate that, Steve E. That's very kind of you, man. Maddox, I think you can monetize once you hit 1,000. Just curious what it is. Your WPM. Hey, Kai Kai.
Yeah.
It's a little loud. I'm okay with you being out here and playing. It's just a little loud.
Volume first?
What?
Volume first.
No, just you. Like you're yelling. But no, the volume on the Oculus is fine.
It's not an Oculus, Dad.
Oh, on the Meta Quest. Sorry. Matt. Yeah, I just haven't really worried about monetizing too much, Maddox. I mean, I'm gonna have a day job for the foreseeable futures. Maddox, just curious, what is your words? Is that what WPM means? Words per minute? Is that what you're wondering? I have a NeoVim plugin that you can practice your typing skills. I think it'll measure. Let's see, typer. Let's see. Let's give it a go here. How do I start? I is the start. Rever. Oh God. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Don't count that. Don't count that. I need to disable Copilot because. Copilot. I wish I could spell it. Disable. Okay, now we'll try this again. So typer. Okay, Alright. Concentrate. Input, wonderful, mean, sigged, vehicle, coffee, solar, picture, feel, broad, quarter, ready, wise, task, latch, victorious, extraordinary, I made a mistake, radical. It says I have 70 words per minute, which I think is kind of slow. I don't think I could get a job as a secretary. Steve1E. By the way, Steven, did you know in Vim you can do O to add line under and put you into insert mode, and you can also do O or Shift O or capital O to add new line above and enter insert. I did know that, and my Vim foo is very weak. But I have been trying to get better about that. Like what you're saying is I can be here, right? I can be on logger, and I can type O, right? Or I could be here and I could type Shift O. I did know these things. The other one, so I've been trying to practice those, but not very effectively. The other ones I've been trying to practice. This song's kind of bothering me. The other one I've been trying to practice is for navigating to the end of lines. So I've been trying to do, let's see, shift $, and then shift caret goes to the beginning. Been trying to practice those. But yeah, so far my Vim foo skills are very weak. You can also do Shift I. It will put you into insert on beginning of the line, and can do Shift A to insert at the end of the line. Shift I. Ooh, that's nice. I did not know those. Shift A. Oh, I'm definitely gonna use those, T1E. Thanks for looking out, man. Teaching me about the Vim foo. Maddox says 70 with 98% accuracy, pretty damn good. I'm gonna check my WPM now. I'll promise I won't cheat. Yeah, the thing about words per minute is that, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just not a very good programmer or developer, but like, I don't sustain type for a minute most of the time, right? Like, most of the time, I'm just sitting here looking at code and reading it and trying to figure out what the hell I want to type. 55 with 100%. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I guess if you really know what you're writing, your words per minute probably helps you be more productive. But yeah, most of the time I find myself just staring at the screen, moving the cursor around. Mine is 110 on 98. Damn. Damn. Yeah, voice to text is yeah, that's kind of OP. I was actually today I was using Claude's voice to text, or I guess not voice to text, but voice mode. And I've also been using voice to text more on my iPhone too, like responding to comments on YouTube and stuff. I find it handy for that. Sometimes my thumbs are just too tired to type, you know? It's those first world problems. Maddox, mine doesn't count. I'm a split keyboard user. Yeah, I have not crossed over that divide yet. All right, let's write it. Let's actually. I think there's a bunch of places I need to fix in my tests now. So let's hit this .NET build. Yep, I gotta fix stuff in my test. So let's see. I gotta fix errors in syncer and processor. Siri, yeah, sound like you're having a stroke. Nice. Steve1E, I wonder if Toad's Kinesis has arrived. I don't know. Here, I'll ping him in Discord. At. Although I don't think. Yeah, he's in there as Toad says. At Toad, did your Kinesis ever. Oh no, there's two S's. I don't know what time it is for him. Never use voice to text? Yeah, who here in the chat uses voice to text? That might be like one of those points of differentiation in groups of people. Like, some people may be for it, some people may be against it. I haven't used it much until recently. Last couple weeks, I found myself using it more and more. Maddox, when I'm doing patient charts, my typing is generally faster because I know what I'm going to say nearly every time, with just a few things changing between patients. I remember you earlier that you used to be a medical scribe. Yep, I was a medical scribe. So I'm actually pretty fast. I'm a pretty fast typer when I need to be, and I'm also a pretty fast one-handed typer. So like, I worked in the emergency room, and so we'd see a lot of patients, and we'd be in and out of rooms, right, pretty quickly. And Maddox probably knows what that environment's like. And so I would have to hold my laptop in one hand and then type in the other, like this. And I got pretty dang fast at typing one-handed. How long have you been a paramedic, Maddox? key to fast typing is learning to touch type, also focusing on accuracy, not speed. Yeah. I'm going to take your word for it after your 110 words per minute score. But yeah, I got pretty fast at typing as a scribe. Some doctors would dictate really fast. They didn't give a shit if you fell behind. Some doctors were kind of nice. They'd kind of like dictate, and they kind of saw you. They would kind of watch you type and dictate and kind of see that, you know, if you started to fuck up and you need them to slow down, they would. Others were not like that. Some just, they would speak to you like they were having a conversation, and you just had to catch up. Maddox, starting my 5th year at the end of the month. Well, congratulations, man. That's awesome. 5 years doing anything is impressive. And 5 years being a paramedic is very impressive. I mean, that's just that's one of those careers that has a high rate of burnout. It's an intense job. From what I saw of it. Holy moly, 123. Woo! That's crazy, man. You could definitely be a scribe. You just have to learn the lingo, but you could definitely be a scribe, that's for sure. Oh, I'm already at an hour. I've been live for an hour. That went fast. I should clean these up, though. This file has gotten so large. Oh no, not this file. The processor. That's the one that's gotten large. It dot is any hash set of string. And let's see, it returns let's just say it returns an empty collection for now. It is any hash set string.
That was so. I mean, really? What? My guy was shooting. I'm Duolingo.
Excuse me.
Oh no, all weapons. Shoot me. Shoot myself.
Okay, where's the... All right, this should build successfully now. Let's see. Maddox, many docs use scribe program now. You'll see them off in the corner talking into their devices like Golem hovering over his precious. Yeah, that's actually what happened to my scribe career. The ER decided they didn't want to, because we were a third party. We worked for a third party. We were contracted into the hospital, and they decided they didn't want to pay for scribes anymore, so they laid us all off, unfortunately. But yeah, that was the same kind of situation. They went to some sort of dictation program. Steve, tomorrow I got to start my next Go project. I also want to learn SQLite so bad. Plans for tomorrow are to do the project and start with SQLite. Nice. Then I'll probably fork all my previous projects, which use CSV, and make them use SQLite. I think that sounds like a great plan, man. Yeah, I think you'll really like SQLite. I think the thing about SQLite is it just works. And it's everywhere. You can basically use it everywhere, right? And it gives you all the power of having a nice SQL strong relational store, right, for your persistence. So, what are you working on, mate? Yep. So what Steve said, I'm basically working on an application that moves data between two systems of record. One of those systems of record being Azure Active Directory. Maddox, he is coding the key that will break into the Pentagon. Yeah, Secret Service, do not come for me, because that is a joke. Yeah, no, I have a gentleman I built this application like 2 years ago as part of a hackathon. And just recently I have had a gentleman who's found it and has been putting it to a lot of use, and he's opened like, I don't know, there's 6 issues open right now, but there was, I don't know, he's probably opened 10 total or more issues that I've been working on. They've either been like, here's something I wish it could do, or here's something I think that could make it better. And so I've just been trying to implement those. But I think I'm gonna wrap up for the evening, guys. Kids are on spring break, so I'm not really up against bedtime, but I want to hang out with them. And my wife just got back from having dinner with one of her friends, so I'm gonna go spend some time with the family. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me though. Been good. I also think I'm gonna make a video tonight at some point. I want to make a video about async enumerables, so be on the lookout for that. There might be a new video up on the channel if it interests you. All right, guys. Y'all have a good rest of your Tuesday, and I think I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, you too, Steve. You have a nice day, man. All right, guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.